AskReddit. People of Reddit, what are the unethical life hacks that you use? When the pub/bar/club is packed and you can't get to the bar to order a drink for the life of you, find the hottest chick at the bar and hit on her. Don't be subtle about it, just hit on her. She will leave and you can get her place. Instructions unclear, slept with hot chick. Something I thought up and always wanted to try. You get pulled over by the cops for speeding. Cop comes to your window and you tell them you have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and you are in pain and holding your left side, and you are speeding to get home to poo, and you ask him to please hurry. Officer takes your license and goes back to his patrol car. Meanwhile, you carefully pull out some realistic smelling fart spray and spray it around inside your vehicle, so that when he comes back the stench smacks him in the face like a frying pan. And you look all dejected and embarrassed and say, "Never mind, officer, I just pooped myself. Sorry for the smell." If a cop gives you a ticket after that, he is a effing monster. Note, I actually have IBS. I always keep realistic smelling fart spray in my glove compartment in case I feel like speeding. Anytime I get ranch dressing at a pizza place, I ask for it after I've paid. They never bother making you pay another 50 cents. Hey, I do this at McDonald's when I want some extra McNuggets dipping sauce. The key is to do it at the drive-thru pickup window after they just handed you their order, and hold out a credit card and act like you sincerely forgot to order some extras at the order board. Doing this just threw a monkey wrench into the finely oiled machine that is the drive-thru ordering process. Never offer cash as the attendant will probably pocket it. When my truck needs new tires, I rent a truck with the same tires and swap them. I've done it 3 times and saved thousands of dollars. When your headphones break, especially if you get cheap ones, buy the same ones that you had before. After cleaning the old ones, put them in the package and return the package, but keep the new ones. Always say, they were defective and broke only after a few days. Make sure you have the receipt. If you use the words defective, they have to take it back as long as you have the receipt. Also, if you go to a nice event, get a nice dress from the store, leaving the tag on. Wear a little cardigan over the dress so that the tag is concealed. Go to said event and the next day return the dress, saying that it didn't fit the way you would have liked, and get your money back. I used to do these things until I got some dignity. I found out a way to get free food at work using a little known glitch in our cash registers software. Essentially, I can ring up an entire meal as extra toppings, and it will show up in the kitchen as just a normal combo meal. The price for everything is inherently zero, so my order won't show up if anyone chooses to audit any discounts or voids. Number 1 is caught on yet. It would take a very perceptive back of house worker to notice that the order didn't get sent to their specific station and only the main screen. But those guys are too bright. Don't know if I should spread this around, but if you are going to a big event, extra graduation, print out some sheets of paper that say reserved. When you get there early, you can put them wherever you want and hold seats for friends and family. The best part is, you don't even have to watch the seats. You could go get a coffee or something and come back. Number 1 will take those seats. This is an unethical and specific one, but it worked wonders. One of the vending machines at school accepted UGR cards as dollar bills. Edit. Thanks for the gold, stranger. I turned off my phone for a small nap and come back to this. Edit 2 for those wondering. I found out from a friend. If you live close to one Planet Fitness membership, 10 per month, and the location near me does free pizza once per week and free bagels once per week. That's 8 meals for 10, plus you can save on your water if you want by using their showers. Also, when you're broke, it's hard to kill time and not spend money. So go to the gym and use their Wi-Fi to watch shows while you walk on a treadmill. It's honestly a great way to kill time. There's always the ballsy buy one get one. Basically, you go into a store and buy an item. You then pass the receipt to a friend, who pockets it. They go into the store, get the same item, and walk out holding the receipt as well. If you get stopped at the door, just show them the receipt. Works best at places like Walmart, where you can check out at a register other than the front. Do it quick enough and don't make a habit of it at the same store and they won't catch you. If you're really gutsy, you can then take the originally purchased item and receipt back into the store and return it. When I worked retail, a mother effer did this with a TV. Have a scratched disc for a movie or game, rent the same title and swap out the discs, then complain to the store about the scratched disc and get a free rental, maybe even 2, depending on how ingratiating they are. You replace your scratched disc basically for free and get a free rental out of the deal. If you need food, go to a few fast food places, walk in and tell them, hey, y'all forgot to put a McChicken in my drive-thru bag. You have to pick an item that lots of people get. If you bring up something specific that they haven't made in 1 hour, they'll know you're full of ish. Most of the time if you say they forgot a McChicken, they won't even check or ask for a receipt. McChicken doesn't work when I go to KFC. F you. You forgot my McChicken. So this is a KFC. So. I've done this several times. If there is something electronic at work you'd like to have and you have time to do it, open it up, disable it, clip a power wire or unplug a wire on the circuit board, then close it up. When someone tries to operate it, it won't work. They will think it is worn out or malfunctioned or broken and throw it away. Go into the garbage later to retrieve it. Open it up, undo your previous disabling, and now you have it, working and everything. Tired of people taking your parking spot at work or something? Keep a traffic cone in your trunk and put it in the spot whenever you leave. Worked for years until mine finally got stolen. The car, not the cone. If you really want something from someone, frame it as an offer rather than a request. When Teddy Roosevelt was running for president, his campaign printed out 3 million leaflets with a picture of Teddy and a copy of a campaign speech. The campaign then realized that they didn't have the rights to the photo. Instead of explaining the situation to the photographer, which would have given him leverage to ask for a lot of money, the campaign made an offer that they would use the picture, giving the photographer lots of publicity. If the studio paid them $250, the studio paid the money. I tell everyone that I've never tried smoking weed, or drinking some type of liquor, or a certain drink, and then that person always gives it to you for free so you can experience it for the first time with them. Caution, this only works once per person per thing. Depend how drunk high they get. We used to have a running joke with our roommate who was effectively our Frank the Tank. When he was hammered or stoned, everyone would take turns telling him that he hasn't even drank or smoked anything. He would then take a huge rip in front of you to prove that he was partaking. We would act like we didn't see it and nonchalantly move on. Then a few minutes later someone else would talk to him and say that they are offended that he won't drink with the rest of the group. Something along the lines of, hey B, I wasn't even going to smoke tonight and the only reason I decided to come was to smoke with you, and you won't even take a hit. At that point he would feel like he let you down and again try and prove himself. It was a little effed up, but it was still hilarious. He would end up getting absolutely destroyed on those nights. When ambushed by chuggers, not sure if other countries call them this, but those semi-legitimate professional charity collectors with clipboards who skim off the majority of your direct debit. Don't say a word. Do not say no. Go away. F you. They are trained to pounce. If they say nice hat, do not say thanks. They are trained to pounce. Just raise your hand. Stop quieting gesture, and they'll leave you be. Unethical because rude, but okay because F that whole industry. I panic in unexpected social situations and once shouted at one of them, I don't believe in charity. He left me alone. I know this works in California, so I call upon you Redditors to test it out elsewhere. If you receive a parking ticket and it has been less than 1 hour since it was administered, immediately call the number on the ticket to contest it. The call will go through a series of automated questions. You want to answer these questions based on the premise that your car had overheated and that you only parked where you did out of necessity. Then go to either a convenience store of a gas station or an automotive shop of any kind as to be one of these two and buy a bottle of water. When you submit your formal petition via mail, include the receipt for the water that you bought and explain that your car had overheated. The ticket will be waived. It has worked for me every time. I actually did something similar to this one. I parked in San Francisco on Howard 9th or thereabouts, not realizing that it turned into a no parking zone to make another lane in about 5 minutes. I ran inside to get a coffee and came back to a ticket being placed on my windshield. $75. I was broke at the time and could not afford to pay it, so I pulled into the gas station that was nearby and bought 2 gallons of gas and a gas container. The next day I wrote a letter stating that the car had stopped running, so I had to pull over. I told them I realized I was out of gas and included a copy of my receipt for the container gas to prove it. My ticket was let go, in the interest of justice. I have a feeling Pennsylvania will tell me I should have driven my car into a lake. As someone waiting to contest free bullshit tickets, I can agree with that. If you are in Philly, they will just impound your car.